Hey guys, Moonlit Dreamer here. It's been a few days since I have recorded anything or uploaded, and that's simply because work has been chaotic, home life has been chaotic, and one of my health conditions popped up, my PMDD kicked in. It's not been a fun experience. Not having my cycle for a year was actually wonderful because I didn't have to worry about being in pain. I didn't have to worry about feeling drained, feeling horrible, feeling like I'm not going to be able to accomplish anything. I'm not going to be able to do anything. So these last few days of just having horrible cramps and nausea and migraines, it's been god-awful. I had forgotten really what it was like, but as I've been working on losing weight and eating healthier, doing the things that I've needed to do to get back on track, it's been kicking everything in the way it is supposed to. Though granted, I'm still taking medications for my blood pressure and my acid production, but even that's been getting a lot better. I'm cutting out soda just because I know it doesn't agree with me. Even the taste anymore is just, it's awful. I only started because you get sick of water, you get sick of tea, you get sick of just certain things, and then you go back to what you used to have and you forget how it makes you feel. Even my IBS kicking up has just been an absolutely mortifying experience. So I'm doing things to really cut back on that. As well, I used to have a lot of self-esteem issues. I used to not really want to look at myself in the mirror or, try on different kinds of cute clothes or do anything that was really going to bring attention to myself. But anymore, I've been working on a lot of my self-esteem. Now, I'm not going to say in what ways that I've been doing that, but it's been working wonders. I've been able to take photos on Snapchat and really like the way I look in them. Yes, they have filters, but it makes me see myself in really a different light. It's helped me open up in my personality. I've been able to work on different kinds of stories with avenues that I never thought I'd go into. I've also been taking time to sit down and write. And for the first time, I feel like I used to when I would write. I feel connected. I feel like I'm actually part of the story and I can see it clearly. And of course, music has been helping with that. I have to say that a lot of Lindsey Sterling gets my mind going, just like Evanescence used to, and Breaking Benjamin, and all of the others that I actually still do listen to. But I've been branching out, and I have to say that my tastes have changed. So much of my personality has changed. I don't try to people please anymore. I don't try to keep friends around just so I can say, yeah, I've got like 10 friends, or I've got 20, I have a whole circle, because that doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm not here to make people happy. I'm not here to live by a certain standard, and I'm not going to sit here and try to make myself fit into somebody's mold or somebody's idea just to keep them around. I can't do that anymore. If people aren't going to be accepting of who I am and the things that I do and how I act, because I will say that, in a lot of ways, I am inherently selfish. If I don't want to go somewhere, I'm not going to go. If I don't want to wake up early just to go somewhere, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to wake up early. I really have come to love the nightlife because I'm awake and it's quiet and it's peaceful. I don't have to worry about constant interruptions and constant noise. I found a job that I really like where I work evenings. That's been helping out so much. As well, I've gotten back into my craft. I've gotten back into reading and writing, baking, cooking, gardening. Everything has just really turned around. Ever since I really took a hard look at myself and I said, you're not happy. You're doing so many things for so many other people, but you're never really focusing on doing things that you want to do and going places that you want to go because you want to keep people in your life, and that's not a way to be. So much this year has changed. In the last 3 years, actually, a lot's changed. One of my friends, or one of my now ex-friends, I should say, went to jail for child abuse, and that made me look at him in a different light. And when he got out, he messaged me, and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done with forgiveness. I'm done trying to, say, yeah, it's okay, you'll still be my friend, when really it's not okay. What he did was absolutely not okay. And I cried over that. I cried of the loss of a great friendship, and I was not going to let anybody do that again. I was not going to just be like, yeah, okay, you were having a bad time and you took it out on this. No, that's not okay. And then another friend of mine would treat me horribly, and then when he didn't have anybody, he'd come back to me, and then he'd treat me horribly and come back. I wasn't going to put up with that anymore. So finally, when he contacted me again, when everything went wrong, I was like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. As well, I lost a friend about a month or so ago who tried to make me fit into a certain criteria, a certain standard. They said that they were a lax friend, but that I couldn't be, you know, but it was like I couldn't be that way. So I was like, well, you know what, that's fine then. If you don't want to be my friend because of that, I'm absolutely fine with that. It just goes to show who your real friends are. I have a friend who, well, not for much longer, lives catty corner from me. She knows that I get into these modes of being a recluse where I don't want to go anywhere and I don't want to do anything. And we text maybe every day, maybe once a day, sometimes it's every other day. But she understands that this is me, this is what I do, but it doesn't mean that I don't love her. It doesn't mean that I don't want to be friends. It just means, hey, I'm going through some stuff mentally and physically, and I need time for me. I need time to get back on track, because I always do. It's taught me to accept my limitations, especially when it comes to my health and what I'm able to do and what I can't do. And having that kind of support system in my life has been very important. It's been very eye-opening. I can also see my path forward and what I want to do with my life, where I want it to go, and that's what I'm saving up for. I have my refund money coming. I'm also going to get the stimulus money with it, so it's going to help me pay off my student loan. It's going to help me repay the person who gave me the money to get my tooth out. And I'm going to be that much closer to being where I want, because after that, everything else goes into savings. And it's going to open up so many avenues. I'm going to be able to have money in savings and put back for an apartment and put back for a car. I can finally, you know, when I get an appointment, get my license taken care of. So because of changing my attitude and changing the way I do things, everything is just blossoming. It's just opening up, and I can feel so much better about myself and the way that I do things. And if I had one piece of advice for anybody out there trying to get down that same road and to do what they think is impossible, is just, the change has to begin with you. If you know you have a toxic trait, you need to work on that. Mine was keeping people around who weren't good for me, just so I could say I had friends. And that's a very horrible mentality to get into, is if somebody doesn't talk to you for a while, it's like, well, they talk to me sometimes, so why not keep them? I can't look at it that way anymore. If they really, truly don't want to make time for me, then I'm not going to make time for them. And I'm not going to keep them around as friends. If they're not going to try to help me, but I exhaust my energy in helping them, then I'm not going to be around that person. So you have to look at your life and your toxic traits, and you have to work around them. You have to work through them. And that will help make yourself a better person. Trust me, change was hard for me to go through and hard to overcome. And there are times that I still feel guilty about it. But at the same time, I can't waste my life on people who aren't going to try, who aren't going to understand, who can't realize that I am the way that I am. And though I can try to do things, ultimately, it's just not going to work. So these last few days, I've just been sitting down and writing and reflecting, and I'm writing on Tumblr again, and I'll put a link to that below, so that way if you're interested, you can go and read it, and I hope you enjoy it. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by for a little midnight vlog. I hope you all are doing well, you're staying safe, and as always guys, I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.